Go ahead.
Yeah, that's right. What's going on, my Weiss Schwarz Meisters? It's your boys here with the last installment of the Avatar set review. We have myself, Dean, and Kit,
Yo.
and we are finally getting to this blue set. So yeah, let's get right into it. Everyone's excited. Everyone, wants to get their hands on Avatar. And if you're going to be playing Avatar, you probably want to play this guy, Sokka, 1035 on your turn, plus 3k, so he's 6-5 on turn. And when he attacks with the climax, if you have experience 2, top check 3, add an event or a character to hand, and then it gets another 500. So looking at that, think about it. 6-5, 7, 8, 8k. Top check 3, add character or event.
Card seems good. It's probably going to be...
Say this is actually worse than Dragon Maid, which I've been playing, which has a top check 3. Because in Dragon Maid, you can add anything, in this you have to grab character events. So I guess it's not as loopable, but being able to grab events, I guess, is good.
I mean, the same combo exists in Hololive, and then that literally just pick any card you see, and then...
And it doesn't have an experience requirement.
Yeah, so it's kind of weird that this is the combo, but this is probably going to be I assume the main level 1 plusing combo, unless it's Toph, right?
Unless you're on 8 gold bar.
Yeah, I don't know. Do you think do you think there is room for Toph in other decks that aren't 8 gold bar centric? I guess.
I think that this is better than the Toph, at least for selectivity.
Yeah, maybe.
This thing is big.
It is a big boy, though. That's right. This is probably one of the 2 climax combos worth looking at for level 1. Then, right? At least we could say that.
And this only the never mind. There was the there was the really bad one, but
the 2-1
have a 1-0 combo.
Yeah, because it's the 2-1. Hey,
we've only seen 3 level 1 combos in this set. Yep. I'm just saying.
All right, next card here we have Katara, Desire to Help.
It's the promo.
Oh yeah, so this is an early play, right? And it's gains power, and during battle, opponent can't use effects or something.
Yeah.
And then
big.
Yep.
Ocular.
Yeah, I mean, solid. It has the better condition for early play. It's probably the early play of choice in most decks if you're playing any type of blue, right?
Yeah, except for my favorite card, which is the next card.
All right, go ahead.
It invalidates this next card, or that last card. This is Katara saving Aang. 3/2, 9/5. All of your characters are, Avatar plus 1k, so there's 10/5. And on attack, if you have the climax and you have experience 4, right? Yeah, experience 4. You heal 1, and it give 2 cards on your opponent's board -1 soul at the beginning of the attack phase. So there is a event that goes with this that I think makes this thing insane. I think this is the card that I myself would be building with in this set, and I would do anything I could to make this card playable. Healing Nexal is kind of insane.
Yeah, I agree. Healing and Nixel on the same card is a little bit silly in a way.
And it gets worse when we see how you get this thing out early. But
yep.
Stay tuned.
Next card, Katara Quick Thinker. If you do not have another Katara Quick Thinker, the number of cards put from the top of your deck into your... Wait, what?
I told you this has the worst wording.
This is card I've ever seen. What? Okay, I gotta read this slowly now. Holy crap! If you do not have another Katara Quick Thinker, the number of cards put from the top of your deck into your waiting room by the climax combo effect of your other Aang Master of All Elements gets +1.
It's you could have made this better to where it didn't randomly clash by having 2 of these on the board, by just saying, if this thing's on the board, the Aang Master of Elements mills 5, instead of whatever the hell this actual wordage was.
Yeah, the way they worded this is really bad, but I understand now. All right. And then the next effect continues. Your other World of Avatar characters in the middle position of your center stage get 1500 power. That's actually pretty big. Climax combo. Rest this card with Frozen in action is placed on your climax area. You may pay cost. If you do, choose one World of Avatar character away and put it into your stock.
You know what's amazing about this?
What?
This is supposed to work with the Aang, right?
Mm-hmm.
It has two different effects that say you want multiples of this on the board, and they could not, for some reason, just say 5. Instead, they had to say if you don't have another one, so you can't have both of them out to use double climax combo and get 3K to middle and not have it clash with the effect to be able to mill 5.
That is so dumb. I Whoever decided to word this did a very poor job of like figuring out how to make this as a one. Oh yeah, this is a weird card. This card is probably unplayable unless for some reason you're playing the unplayable level 3. Then this card is playable in that deck only, right?
And well, I
And
mean,
I
and
don't
then
even know if you
like
play the
that.
climax combo at all.
I think the problem with that level 3 is I just imagine that most of the time, like I think you might like once mill 3 on that level that unplayable level 3,
Mm-hmm.
and if, like, you're not even hitting something that feels it's kinda like the kaleidoscope problem, right? Or if you're not hitting, like, a decent enough payoff, it's like it's not even funny, it's just, like, sad.
Yeah, like if
So
that's what I was saying. Like, if you can't guarantee the shuffle back 2 and burn 3 on every single instance of doing it at the bare minimum, the card is garbage. And I think in this scenario, like that card is most of the time just going to be a garbage card that only shuffles back 2, or like,
and
yeah,
and
at
this card's
best.
also bad, so yeah,
Yeah,
it is
this
what it
is
is.
okay. Yeah, what? Jesus. All right, next card.
Next card,
I feel
Katara, no
offended.
chance given. On play, choose one of your opponent's characters, and it gets can't move. Uh, Not very good. It sometimes comes up, but usually doesn't. And then it has ditch CX salvage. I don't.
Card is cracked. They can't use maneuver gear in the mirror match.
Oh,
But
I keep forgetting that we even have that because it's so bad in the actual
it's
set.
it's really weird. Like I don't want to rant in the middle of this video, but like sometimes these sets like are super cracked, and the other times you look at it and you're like, yeah, they pick like these random abilities were good in other sets because they function together in the other set. And then like we're getting this set of like a lot of random good cards, but they don't work together. So that even though like they're all good technically in vacuum, a good card, because they don't work together, the deck is bad, right?
Yeah, I mean, I think this card is like not playable regardless. I think a
Yeah.
ditch CX salvage usually isn't that good. Unless it's like stapled onto another effect that's good, and
Mhm.
anti run is just like actually never relevant.
Yeah. Next
So
card.
do you know we don't even have a clean cut in the set, so you can't even like stun a, like a center runner with it.
Unfortunate. All right, this is the spooky boy. Everyone has been like, "Oh no, this is gonna be the end of days." Wait, was this you or me?
This was you, right? I read the last
Oh,
card.
okay. Um, let's see. When this card is placed on stage from your hand or put into your waiting room from the stage, you may pay the cost. If you do, search your deck up to one cost 0 or lower World of Avatar character with level equal to or lower than your level and put it in any position of your stage and shuffle your deck. Cost being pay 1, ditch 1. Oh wait, no, sorry. Is pay 1, put 1 Avatar character from your waiting room to the bottom of your clock. So the idea with this is that you get to stand by over it after you've already attacked with it or had some other effect that sends it to waiting room. So you can activate the effect. So you pay 1, clock yourself, search for a copy, and put the same copy out, and then do it again, basically, in a hope
Yeah,
to do it again.
8 standby. At level 1, you play in 12 standby. Sorry, you put down your standby. You put this guy down. You clock a card. You summon a copy of himself from deck. You attack 3 times, and if at any point you hit, well, if specifically on the second attack onward, you hit a standby, you get to loop into more attacks, which means that Zuko casting horrors is probably the play there because you get to thin an extra card out of the deck. Then you also get to hit the trigger, choose the trigger. You seeing it? You seeing it?
Sure. I'm gonna say yes, even though I'm not seeing it immediately, but yes.
What are you talking about? The Zuko casting horror? Because you had the thing that summons the like 5 different cards.
Oh,
Remember?
that thing. Oh,
And then
okay.
there was the red
Sure.
one for which you
Yeah.
choose trigger, so that you can use this to summon a copy of itself out of deck after thinning a card with the other Aang, right? So you got the Aang in the back row, then you have the Zuko that gets to choose trigger, and you have this guy. You attack with him, then you attack with both of these first. If you don't hit a standby, then you get to check another one with the Zuko. If you hit a standby, you can then summon out another Zuko to fish for another standby, and that's how we're going to do the deck. Okay, the deck has been made. It is going to be absolutely cracked.
12
And this card,
standbys, Soka, 6 attacks, or whatever, you know.
surely this one will. Man, I hopefully they don't ban this and they just errata it. Like, holy, I think it's insane. This card, like, actually, like, you might want this as an actual card. So, like, maybe we just errata this and then it's not terrible. Or maybe
Yeah, I think
I
this.
think we can fix this. Like, maybe it only comes in standing during the main phase. Like, this card's going to need an errata. I hope it doesn't get banned.
Yeah. I think this. It's really interesting because this card is utility early game and late in the game. It's a combo extender for your finishing turn, essentially, which is like pretty interesting.
I think that seeing a level 0 that is a restander is probably not good for the game. So maybe we don't think of it as like extra reach on a finisher.
I mean, that's basically what it is at this point. Like everyone's gonna build around the idea of this being extra reach for your finishing turn when you pop off, or a turn you're able to pop off with it. I think is just like you hope to close out the game there, because obviously you're hurting yourself while hurting your opponent in hopes of finishing out the game. So you either the game is pretty even, or you're like going into your combo turn and trying to kill them. And so this is like a way to extend that, right? Obviously, this shouldn't be a thing in Weiss, I think, but we'll see what happens, whether this gets errated or it gets completely banned or they change the effect or whatever, you know.
I like this the normal art more than the foil.
Me too, actually. All right, next card.
Katara, Experience Fighter. 1035, Experience 2, gets a level, and 2/5, putting it to 6k. Level 2, loses level 2 Slayers. And when it reverses your opponent's card, you get to bottom deck it.
These effects I'm always like very wishy-washy about, because there is a Hololive card that does basically the exact same thing.
This
And
gets anti-changed.
yeah, but I think the Hololive one is, it can't be leveled down. You're right. But oh my god. But yeah, but like the bottom deck your opponent if you reverse them is like sometimes like actually relevant. It's just an awkward card in general, though. I feel like. What do you think?
It's relevant with another card. So the +1 level is. I think it's fine.
Mm-hmm.
The bottom deck is like randomly decent removal, right? Like imagine Hololive with those Mikos. Get rid of them.
Actually, you actually play this card for the mirror match, so you can out Soka when they're forced to attack into your 1/0. The bottom deck's it. They have to side attack your 2. Anyway,
this.
Yeah.
No, because it's only during your turn at bottom decks.
Oh, is it? Oh, yeah, you're right. Never mind. Card's garbage again. All right.
No, the +1 level might be relevant. Trust.
Okay. Next card. What is this? Katara Vengeful. Ooh, this is her emo stage. When you use this card's backup, she's one of your characters in battle, and that character gets the following ability until end of turn. Auto when this battle opponent memory counter, and then it's 3k. It's dependent on meta. Sometimes 3 memory counters are really good. Sometimes they don't add anything to you. So
Yep.
mileage may vary. Next card. Dude, this guy looks like he's drunk.
Soka, Cactus Juice. 217k, experience 5. Holy, that's a bad experience condition. Gets 500 in Encore, and when it fights level 3s, it gets 6k. You don't sleeve this. Next card.
Wait, do they actually end up together? Katara and Aang, reciprocated feelings. This is a 2/2. This card gets 2,000 power for each other World of Avatar character in the backstage. So this is generally a 10/5. When your climax is placed on your climax area, if you have two or more other Avatar World of Avatar characters, choose up to two of your characters, and those characters get the following ability until end of turn. Auto, when this card attacks, look at the top two cards of your top of your deck. Choose one card among them, put it into the top of your deck, and put the rest into your waiting room. This card sucks. Unless I'm
Yeah.
not seeing something. Yeah. All right.
It's supposed to go in 8 standby, I think.
No, this is probably supposed to go in the 4 color deck, right? Because you play like,
What?
okay, hear me out. You play 4 of the 2/1, right? And then you play a split of 2 of every climax combo that you run, right?
Insane.
So- and then you play this in there because sometimes you hit standby. Oh, anyway, I'm being really stupid now. Next card.
Oh, don't worry, I liked it. We got this 1/0 Soko, warm welcome. 3/5. What is this? Ditch a card on play, summon a level 0. Okay, that's a good effect. And on attack, give a character Shimakai. Yeah, bad. I think this is bad. I think summoning a 0 is good, but I think that just power pumping a card is bad. So it's a bad effect with a good effect, or it's a not very good effect with a mid-tier utility effect, maybe, is the way I'm looking at this.
I kind of agree. I've played with this effect in Azure Lane, at least the first effect where ditch summon it costs, or is this level 0?
I have two. I have two
Yeah.
in Million Live where it's on an insanely good card.
Yeah.
And then it feels good, but that's because the
Yeah.
card is like actually cracked.
The card in Azure Lane that I use it in, I have it as a 2 in the deck, and it's on play, reveal top card. If it's the traded character, give anything 3k power, which is like crazy. So you get knowledge and you get like a 0 that you like, if you're missing a brainstorm or something, you can bring it out. That's really
Well,
good. This is
This
pretty.
pumps 2,500 because it's not other, it's
Mhm.
number of.
Yeah.
So this pumps 25, which is a decent amount. But the difference is, I don't know. It was a level 2 Slayer in Million Live, so it was a little
Yeah.
bit better.
I
Like
like.
you just slapped 4 of it in.
Yeah, in Azure Lane, I like that it gave you knowledge, and it 3k was actually relevant, way more relevant than 2/5 due to the power lines in that deck. So yeah, this card is like okay. Like if you played it as a 1 or 2 of in a deck, I probably wouldn't be like this is you're an idiot or anything, but it's definitely like um you have to have a reason to be running this card
Yeah,
essentially.
and I don't think I would sleeve it. So
All right. Oh wait, you need this card actually because you ditch to summon out that 0 that gives your other card +1 mil for your 5 color deck. Okay, anyway, back to the next card.
okay, yeah, you could just have a card in hand, right?
Yeah.
This is a 1/0 Tui and Law. These are my favorite fish. 1045, pay 2, free fresh. Wow, that's an already underwhelming effect on a level 0.
And now
But
we're
put
having a 4-5-1-0.
now we have on one. Yeah, this unsleevable. Next card.
And attacking with water. When this card is placed on stage from hand, reveal the top 3 cards of your deck. If the total number of colors among those cards is 3 or more, choose up to 1 card from among them and put it into your hand. Put the rest into your waiting room. When this card is placed on stage from hand, you may choose the bottom card of your clock and 1 World of Avatar character in your waiting room and exchange them. This card sucks. You played in that really bad deck. What's up?
Can we like? Why does this Katara that's supposed to work with your Aang finisher not help these other Aangs that are like out here trying to mill like the fucking jackpots?
Yeah.
Why is it she only helps? Oh wait, what's the name of that card? What's the name of that card?
What card? Oh, I don't remember. You gotta scroll back up yourself.
Oh shit. Oh shit. Oh yeah, it was in blue. It was just a second ago.
It was like the 3rd or 4th card, right?
Yeah, I'm distraught now. Quick thinker. Okay, well, I was hoping it would be like in a pinch or something and it would make more sense why she doesn't help any of the other Aang's mill except for the final one. But no, it just sucks.
Yeah, I don't even know. This seems like such a shit like lottery effect. All right, next card.
Yep. This one is Katara playing with water. You can tap one of your standing characters to level swap. Definitely good, right?
Mm-hmm.
Wait. Yeah, level swap and then give a card 500. Um, likes this because we have some experience conditions in the deck, and also says pay 1 on play, salvage this healing lessons event, which is actually a very important event for the deck. So this is like 2 effects. You probably play this as like a 2 of,
Oh,
maybe even
you're
more.
talking specifically if you play her level 3, right?
Oh, I would do anything to make sure that level 3 is playable. So
Okay, I think that if you're playing the level 3, that card is very good no matter what. So, next card here, Ember Island players terrible jokes. So this is another one of those cards you can
he's
summon off of
pogging.
the 0. He's literally pogging on the card. He's fucking he's pogging off. If when this card's on stage, it's also Soka. If you have another Ember Island player casting heroes in your center stage, this card gets 3,000 power and the soul, and then your other one gets what is it, 1,000 power. So this is the card we're talking about. This is 4 or 5 power and an extra soul. It's really big. It pushes damage early. Card's really good, I think, with the summon package. I wish the other card was slightly better in any way, but you can't get everything you want. I think that level 0 package is probably one of the better 0 packages you can pick from in your level 0 lineup. Otherwise, you probably play like that 3/5 like clock kick and stuff like that, right? If you don't play this package.
Yeah. Or the marker. Yeah, the marker got
or
the 4K.
marker, yeah. Or the 4K. Yep. Next card here.
Yep, and then we have this Ember Island players melodramatic. This card's like decent as well. Level 0, 1,500. On play, it's a Katara, and then if you have another casting horror or the terrible jokes. No, wait, sorry. Both the summoner and the last guy we just saw get +1 level and +500. Puts them at 5K. That puts that level 0 5K level 1. That's kind of insane. And it has tap, give 2 cards 500 power until end of its opponent's turn. Or choose one character, give it 500 power until end of its opponent's turn. So with this and the other guy, right? Like the guys, was that 3/5 level 1 and a 5K level 1? That's like pretty respectable.
Yeah, this is really cute. This is definitely not something you're like looking to main deck unless you're trying to like have some kind of meme level 0 game. This card isn't the worst.
You can play like a split. You can have like 1 to 2 of this in your deck to summon out to like have a big board if you open multiples of the 0.
I guess so if you feel like it. I feel like that's kind of a wasted slot, but I mean if you make it work, you can make it work. Next card here, Soka, Fire Nation Disguise. All your opponent's characters get auto encore pay 2. This ability activates up to 1 time per turn. When this card becomes reversed in battle, reveal the top card of your deck. If that card is level 2 or higher, you may rest this card. Oh, this is 3/5 too. Yeah, this is actually a pretty decent. What? You think this is bad?
It's so coin flippy.
Yeah, I mean like. Okay, I actually would probably play the 3/5 clock kick more than this, but this is still like I think respectable. It's like a random +1 sometimes, and it's like at a power range that's good. So
in 8 standby where you shove your deck filled with infinite level 3s and 2s, maybe.
Yeah, it probably works well with that 8 choice list. Also, if you play like the level 2 combos, there's going to be a lot of 2 and higher than that deck for sure.
12 choice.
Oh, sorry, 12 choice. My bad.
There we go.
Yeah, but yeah, this is it seems so far there's not a lot of premium like beater level 0, so this might be one you could fall back on if you need blue. I feel like it's not the worst in the world.
Yeah.
Next card,
Katara, High Society, 4/5. On play gets a level and 1,000, which is relevant. And on attack, you choose another card, and it gets another a Shimakai, but this one has the word other on it. Insane.
Oh, this is like a TD level card. Card is probably garbage.
It gives a level though.
Ooh, spooky.
The other card did too.
All right. Katara, Fire Nation Disguise. It's a 1/1 assist, level support, and then it has experience. Put 1 card from your hand into the waiting room. When your character trigger check reveals a climax, once again, the 2/1 does not work with the set.
What is the point of even having him?
Yeah. Reveals a climax with the pants trigger in the trigger icon. And the total level of cards in your level is 2 or higher. You may pay cost. If you do, look up to 3 cards from the top of your deck. Choose 1 card among them. put it into your hand, and put the rest in the waiting room. Hey, this is
Holy
actually
shit, this card is cracked.
yeah. It is. This card's actually pretty cracked, unironically. Yep. If you're playing pants, you're probably playing this. So 8 pants list probably be popping off also. It's insane deck speed and insane like selection. You can get climaxes off of this, right? You can get events.
Yeah. Well, with pants, maybe you don't want to grab another one, but
yeah.
Yeah, definitely a good card. Next card though.
When you trigger pants and salvage your pants, ditch the pants to get the pants off the top of your deck.
I'm just like, I keep being upset that this doesn't work with the Aang.
I'm actually
Aang is such a cool card, and then you've got things like sack climax at beginning of attack phase. It's not in play. When you're climax, trigger checks pants. You're like, can we have like one thing? You have a cool card in the set. Can we have a single card that it works with?
Yeah, I'm kind of disappointed that these cards don't work with it, because that is such a unique effect, and to like print, I don't think I've seen that type of effect really ever printed in Weiss.
It's definitely the first. And we have nothing. Like, every card is going out of its way to not work with it.
Yeah,
that's a little sad.
I don't know if it was intentional or an oversight by the developer of the Avatar set, because I don't know, sometimes Bushiroad is very wonky with how they design sets, and when it comes to English exclusives, I can never tell whether they are like actively thinking about how the set interacts with each other at all, or not, because the power level English sets are always all over the place, and sometimes they like sets like Mob just don't even work together, even though there's good cards in it.
Yeah,
right?
It can be a little painful at times, but it's okay. That's why I like building with them, because it's never fun when people give you a bike that works. Maybe you want like the bike that's missing like a wheel and one of them's flat, doesn't have a seat,
Yeah.
You're like, man, this bike might be able to like move.
All right.
Building with English exclusives.
And it does feel like that sometimes. All right, next card, Dean.
We got Hama, the Bloodbender. 2/1/6/5. If there's a marker under, if there is a marker under, it gets 1,000 for each other. So it's a 10/5. And on play, you choose one of your other characters. Oh, you have to -1 to get a marker. Very good. And when it reverses a level 2 or higher, I don't even want to continue reading this. You get to salvage. No, you top check. You top check and then get to salvage. Or you don't get to salvage, you just get to add it. Wait, this card is... Every line of text on this is so unbelievably bad.
Yep. Don't play this card. Next card.
Oh, you get the best card.
Healing Lessons. All right. You may choose one of your level 2 or higher characters with the Katara in the card name and return it to your hand. If you do choose one of the following effects and perform it, choose up to one Katara saving Aang in your hand, put it into any position of your stage, and that character gets the following abilities until the end of your opponent's turn. Continuous, this card cannot be chosen by your opponent's effects. And then next thing is put up to one card from the top of your clock into your waiting room. Choose one of your characters, and that character gains 3,000 power until end of turn. Put this card into your memory. Those are two separate effects. Yeah, if you summon, it doesn't go memory, but if you heal, it goes to memory. And just to be clear, those are two separate effects. You don't get both. I know a lot of people early on misread and thought you get a summon and heal off of the event also. But those are two separate effects you got to choose between.
I didn't even care about that. I cared about healing hexproof Negsoul. That's all you need to know.
Yep. So if you're playing that level 3, you're playing this 2/1 event, and you're probably playing that 1/0, right, Dean?
Yeah, you're playing the 1/0s that get level, and then you're also playing the card that bonds to this, because I mean, realistically, you probably can't triple this. That seems like a pretty tall order, right? That's like 3. That's a 8 card specific hand.
Yeah.
One more card than what you can realistically have. But healing hexproof Negsoul, if that's not playable, then Weiss is in a really weird spot that I was not ready for.
I think the combo is very solid overall. I don't know how good it's going to be, honestly, but this is definitely what?
Healing hexproof Negsoul.
I mean, yeah, that's obviously really good, but I'm also saying, like, I don't know if there's I have to see a complete list to be like, damn, this is absolutely broken. Like in a vacuum, it's definitely broken.
The hand requirement is pretty rough because I don't know how you
Yeah.
actually protect it. Like
Yeah.
even with the 1/1 back row, it's like how many pants do you have to trigger? Like even if you're playing the Aang, sorry, the Aang doesn't work. So it's like I think the problem is like loopability and defending. So like maybe it's not possible to make this work, but I see a very broken card if it does. So I would go out of my way to test this as much as humanly possible.
Yeah, for sure. This is definitely a package you should be looking at some point if you're just like testing everything for sure. All right. And that's thank God, it's over. We did it. Sitting down and doing these is so hard. All right, what is your favorite pants? Oh wait, there's PR cards too. We got to do PR cards.
PRs.
All right, but what's your favorite pants? I like the one with the donut.
The donut. Oh, the donut.
It looks like Forbidden Donut.
Dunkin' Donuts.
Let's go. Oh, is she putting the donut on his back? Oh, all right. What is going on here? Is this ice? Oh yeah, frozen in action. Yeah, it must be ice. All right. Interesting climaxes. All right, let's see these box topper chibi. Hopefully.
Let's go. Chibi Zuko, level 025 on play. If you're it kills it, doesn't bottom deck, not as good as Mob. And on play, all players memory dump. Damn, memory avatar in shambles. We saw 3 cards that would go to memory. We could have 12 memory, but this would dump your memory and you'd be very sad. So this outs the set because the actual build of Avatar was actually memory avatar. If you weren't paying attention to the set review, you might want to go back and look at that.
Jesus. Okay, this card is pretty booty cheeks, right? Like the fact that it sends it to waiting room instead of any other zone is like the part that sucks the most right now.
Yeah, it's
like if you're only worried about 4Ks or something, then maybe it's good, but we have to worry about like random level zeros that die and then plus a bunch of cards to hand. All right, Chibi Soka 1/1. When this card is placed on the stage from your hand, this gets 1500 power. When this card is placed on the stage from your hand, if you have 4 more other characters, choose one at World of Avatar character and put it into stock. This card sucks. Next card.
Chibi Katara, 217k on play, 1,000 times board, so it goes up 5k, so 12. And then pay 1 when it reverses level 2 or higher, you get to search. This is also kind of shit. This is very shit. Next card.
Aang and Momo, relaxing. When this card is placed on stage from hand, draw 1.
Choose hair.
I guess so. I didn't know he could grow hair, honestly. Choose one card in your hand, put it into your waiting room, choose up to one of your opponent's characters and return it to hand. When this card is placed on stage from hand, if you have 4 or more other World of Avatar characters, you may choose one of your World of Avatar characters in the waiting room and put it into your stock.
What is going on? Wait, did you see that right? Draw 1, ditch 1.
Yeah, it's draw. Okay. It's draw 1, ditch 1, bounce, and then if you have played it, if you have 4 or more other, you get to stock charge from waiting room. So it's a 3/1 essentially. Cards, all right. I like it.
Bounce can sometimes be relevant. Next card, Toph Spa Day, 3/2 10k on play, heal, pay 1, ditch 1 on a direct attack, burn 1. Holy.
This card is probably playable in the Toph deck easily, right?
Pay 1, ditch 1 on direct attack. I guess.
Because sometimes you're going to be opening up lanes, right? So
it's only a finisher if you are winning the game.
Yeah.
In which case, your Toph is also a finisher.
Yeah, but this is also healer on play, right? So like, if you need off healers, this is okay.
True.
Yeah. Listen, and maybe you want to play all Toph only deck. Oh, this is a store assist PR too. Is that right? Is this also too? Oh yeah, well these are store assist ones. Yeah. So this was the Chibi was less box.
What is she wearing?
Where?
This is just such an upsetting picture.
All right.
The Toph Spa Day, like.
Oh, isn't that just like mud and the cucumbers on top of her mud eyes, and then?
No, is it like a tree?
Oh, maybe it is. I don't know. Dean, go watch the show and come back and let me know what's actually going on.
Yeah. I'll let you know.
All right, next card. Is this me or you?
This one is you.
Arrow Lightning. Haha. 1/1 when your other World of Avatar characters attacks, this card gets +6 power until end of turn, where X is equal to the number of other World of Avatar characters times 500. So this is like a 1/1 10k.
Is Iro basically supposed to be Kakashi? Is
I
that the Chidori?
I no. Maybe I don't know. Maybe I don't know. This card is pretty whatever. Like
Yeah, it's not very good.
you can play it in an 8 standby if you really care, but it's like
But let me just say, so far we've only seen bad promos, and that's good because we hate when promos are expensive. So next card is Zuko and Mai in their own world. 2/2, 7K plus 2K for each card in your backstage. Bad.
2/11K 2 soul. Very spooky. All right. Katara Confrontation. When this is placed on the stage from your hand, choose up to one of your opponent's characters, put it into their memory, and then your opponent puts it on the stage back in the position or whatever. When this card attacks, choose one of your other level 2 or higher characters. That character gains 3K power until end of turn. Dang, this is when this card attacks to give power. That sucks. This card might be relevant just because like there's a lot of good early plays,
Works on the
and
standby deck.
yeah.
Power.
Well, I mean, you early play like a Tara or a Toph, and then like you need power to get over something. This is like okay, I guess, and because you're gonna eventually have open lanes, right? The assumption is you protect one or two of them. So this seems like okay-ish, I guess. And then I
you
guess
realize that at level 2, your opponent has an anti-change counter, and your Toph dies.
yeah. And I think that's it. That's the last card. We did it. We did some extra cards there at the end too. What do you think of the set overall? You think if you had to give it a rating right now without building any real decks, what do you think it's at? Like from
I am
1 to
so
5.
pissed. I am so pissed that the coolest cards like actively work against each other. What would I give a score? I mean, like I think the problem is it doesn't have a good top end. I think that like everything is like a mid-range package. Like it has 3 different like decks that are only goal is to shit out a bunch of level 3s at 2.
Yeah, this is so. If I had to like rate this out of like 5, like 2.5 is like the average. I'd say maybe this is like a 3. Dean pointed out exactly like there's no really good pushing finishing power, and like we saw with the last English exclusive, the reason it was so good was because its finishing power was amazing, and it just happened that there was stuff early built around it that like made it work just enough that the set is like very powerful. This set just feels like, once again, this is a set like if this set was around like
there's like some insane stuff in here.
Mhm.
So like I think it'd be fun to play with, but it's not like
Yeah,
no,
like
because I don't want to be the guy that writes this off because like some of these effects are like unbelievable.
yeah, I
Healing Hexproof Nexel, double level down every turn. Like this Soka that like might not get errata
yeah,
because they
like
scuffed it just enough, right? Because you can't like
mhm,
sack it at level 1 without hitting a standby. If you hit a standby, then the idea is that you have a standby in play, right? Or you're playing standby.
mhm.
So it's not global soul. So maybe the Soka is more balanced. It's like basically if you resolve a Soka, you could see it as like both players take a damage.
Yeah, it's like the set. I don't. Yeah, like this isn't a set you should write off. Obviously, this is going to be a very fun set to build around and stuff like that. Now, is this like the type of set, like just looking at it right now, that I think is going to like win worlds? I'm not convinced yet. Maybe there is a package out there that someone's going to come up with and be like, yeah, this deck is busted. And we'll look back at this later, you and I, Dean, and we'll laugh about how stupid we were or how we didn't see these
Well, no,
lines.
I
But
mean, there's like a lot of things I can see. It's just about like, what does the full deck look like, right?
yeah,
Like, I think that all 3 early play packages, they'll double level down, the the double level down the Toph and the Hexproof Healing Nexel. All of
mhm,
those, if they are good enough, like I think that they're like actually like real decks
yeah, I
because
think
you
so
have
too. Yeah, but like my biggest worry for this entire thing is that this is gonna be another Card Captor Sakura, because there was a lot of really cool stuff in Card Captor Sakura. It just didn't work out at all, and that's what I'm
okay.
kind of getting
CCS was
same vibe.
a lot worse than this, right? Like we have
Oh,
like
absolutely,
the
absolutely.
the 4 color thing with this is like the only bad thing. Other than that, like we have like actual good profiles, like kind of across the board. It's just like what do we do with the set? Uh there's
Yeah.
like there's like man, it's like so many things. I think the problem is like, are you supposed to go with the climax split? I kind of don't like the fact there's not a 1-0 choice combo because like
Mhm.
the choice. I mean, I guess choice is just kind of scuffed. Like you can't actually build choice anything. Which means like yellow's kind of scuffed, but like this 2-1, do we shove this 2-1 in pants and standby? I think we do. Pants being able to grab another pants is like pretty good. Uh, so you like basically can't use it in gold bar, you can't use it in choice, so use it in pants and in standby, or you might use it in gold bar, right? Because can you use it in gold bar?
Well,
No,
I mean,
probably not.
you probably use it in choice if you decide to go the choice route, but I don't think choice route is correct. But if there was like better choice
No, there's
combos,
not.
yeah.
There's yeah, choice is like 100% wrong. So like you definitely don't sleeve that, but
Mhm.
hmm. I don't know. Like the thing is like if something like Toph is good, like we've seen with Kanata, right? Like that shit is awful to sit across from. And the Toph has like scry. I don't know if we mentioned that.
Yeah, it did. It
We
did
read
on
the
front
card. Yeah,
attack. Yeah, yeah, I can see the Toph being really busted. At some point, it's
Toph can
just
be annoying. The healing hexproof Nexal, like one of the most toxic things I've ever seen. Double level down, extremely
Mhm.
toxic into any board based deck. Like it invalidates. Like this double level down shit. Just absolutely shits on like something like Alice, right?
Mhm.
Uh, any like actual board based deck, right? Like it can hit back row. You just
Yeah,
double
it
level
hit
down
anything.
anything.
Yeah.
So if you can just find the cards that go around with it, I think the big problem is an 8 standby specifically. Like I'm a huge hater of 8 standby. I don't like the play style of it. And in this one, it's even worse because you have 2 level 3 combos. So I don't even know if you can build 8 standby, right? Like you might be on like bar standby or like pants standby with
Mhm.
the 2-1 in to like make it like 8. Because I think like if you do 8 standby with the double, or if you could do, because we have a climax swap. If you do like 5 standby, or what about 4 standby, 4 pants, but it's a 3-1 split on the standbys, one of the finisher, 2 of the level down, and you play a climax swap? What about that?
That could be a thing. I like I said, like the issue here is at least I'm not seeing right now like a list of like all these cards all are very good together, and I want to build something other than like I think like Toph and probably 8 standby or some standby combination looked kind of solid overall. Um,
Toph Toph level 1? No, I choose the Zuko. Or the Soka.
Soka. Oh yeah, Soka's pretty
I would choose the
really
Soka.
good. Yeah.
Because the top check 3, it just like works a little bit better. And like then you get pants, and then with the Aang that you could play like 8 pants, and then it's a better way to bridge into finding the standbys. Because then it's like you're on 8. Sorry, you're not on 8 standby because you can't play the other one. So maybe you would play like, I think you'd have to finagle like the actual ratios. You might do like a 2-2 split on the standbys with the climax swap in order to
Yeah.
swap between them, and then use the pants. So that way, that when you slam the pants, you have like effectively 7 pants left in your deck that you can trigger to then be able to grab. Like there's like some things I like that I'm thinking of just like looking at the set that I think it'd be fun to play around with. I think that there's not as many options as I would like, but and there's some like really bad and some like kind of frustrating things. But I wouldn't be surprised to see this like absolutely have some build that just completely shits on people.
I mean, yeah, there's definitely potential. I right now I personally just don't see the exact like 50 card list in my head. A lot of times when I read some of these sets, I'm like, okay, I can see like most of the list in my head. In this case, I'm not drawn to anything very specific. I really like the standby early play 3 thing going on with the double level down. I think that's really cool and really seems really obnoxious. At the same time, I when I read this set, I almost feel like this is a set that was designed like 5 years ago almost. Like that's how I feel in a bit. I personally feel that
Wait,
way.
no, 'cause there's so much stuff in here that's good into the meta. Okay, so like the green counter, right? This
Hmm.
is like something that's into the meta. Like you look at something like the Ruby counter, or like a lot of the anti-damage counters that are 5 or more, right? Those things
Hmm.
are actually unplayable. Why? Because there's so much bounce in the meta. This 2-4 counter is
Hmm.
just having characters on board and you ditch a climax. So this is a bounce counter that removes 5 or more. Like this is a card that was designed with the meta in mind. Double level down is designed with the meta in mind. There's like I see a lot of things that are like thinking about the meta at least a bit when like you look at it, right? Like
Hmm.
healing hexproof Nexal is as obnoxious as you can get. But isn't that what you need nowadays with the amount of blinking and removal you have? Like, it can't be cart tightened, right? Like, you can't just like cart tighten remove it because like a hexproof. A Nexel literally would be unplayable nowadays without hexproof because of just the amount of pure removal that a set has. So giving it hexproof, while obnoxious, like how do you balance it? Well, okay, well we have this event that does it. The healing part is like kind of insane, but
Yeah.
I think there's a lot of things in here that were like cards that you kind of like look at a meta and you go, what can we print that's like somewhat decent into this, right?
Mm-hmm.
And then you got things like the 4/5. The 4/5 when it's alone. I know you said the card is bad, but we're getting a lot of like 4Ks on play, right? And so even having that as an option, not every set has a 4/5. And 4K doesn't cut anymore. The 4K with the marker, it was good a while ago, but now we have SAO where every card is 4K on play. Well, now you can put down 4/5 alone on this turn one. You always get the plus going into the second turn. There's just some stuff in here that makes me think that like this was not 5 years ago. That like there was some actual thought into it.
Okay. I'm not like super sold on like my position anyway. Like I can be swayed either way at this point.
There's also things I feel like they just put random cards in that don't work with the set.
Yeah.
So like I understand that.
Yeah.
But
all right. Well, I think that kind of wraps this up. Unless you have any last minute things to add, Dean.
Nah.
All right. If somehow you made it to the end here, guys, thank you so much for watching this entire set review where we just discuss all the cards. Yep. Drop us a like, a comment, a subscribe, all that dumb YouTube stuff to help us grow. And if you're interested in Shadow vs. Evolve, we have a Shadow vs. Evolve channel. Check it in the comment section. I think in the more about section or whatever that we have a link to the other channel. Go check us out there. We've been pumping out a lot of content. The most recent stuff being deck builds for day one of Shadow vs. Evolve's release on June 30th. Other than that, we'll see you guys in our next video. Later, everyone.
See ya.